Hi there, welcome to another edition of the LLM Diaries. It's episode 11. And this one is a unique episode because we've just lifted the title. The season is over in the Van Rama National North, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay. And Gloucester City have been promoted along with Boston United, who won the playoff match. They beat Kidderminster Harriers. I think it was Kidderminster Harriers, and they too have been promoted. So at this point of the season, I start to plan for my next season. I don't wait until I get into the Premiership, or rather, I get into the next league. I think we're going to be in the conference, so I don't wait, and I look at my team and I start looking at things like their contracts. So I have a special view of my contracts, and I know that 90% of my players are not going to follow me through. So there's no way they're all going to make the grade. So what I end up doing is I end up picking players who I think they are going to be key for me next season. So I've already signed contracts for Gideon Oketo, Kieran Thomas, Zach Kotwika, Leroy Odero, Matthew Berkeley, Jack Damon, and Bradley Isaac. So all these players, they've agreed to contracts. The rest of the players, their contracts are expiring in June of 2017, which is basically next month. So at this point, I start planning. Now, I want to thank all my patrons for getting me to do this LLM Save. So I'm doing an LLM Save, and eventually I'm going to write about LLM strategies in an updated chapter of my book, Busternet, A Football Manager's Guide. And as you know, this really plays itself out. It's a long-term game. But I want to thank all of you because I haven't been playing LLM for a long time. And this is kind of interesting, so I will. And if you want to find out more things about how you can manage an LLM Save, you can always read the book. You can get it if you donate to this channel, and you can visit www.patron.com/busternet for more information. We have a very active Discord group as well. This is a chat group where we talk about tactics and stuff, and you can access it from your phone. And we have well over 230 members already, so it's been flying very high, and there's a lot of good work that gets done behind the scenes as we try to help more and more people derive greater satisfaction from playing this game. So yes, thank you very much for continuing to support us, and as a result, we're trying to get more content out that can help you play your game. So back here now with my LLM Save. Here I've gone from the Van Rama National North, which is one league below conference. So next season I'll be in the conference. Now my strategy is the same when I go from Van Rama National North into the conference. That is to sign players who have expiring contracts. You don't have money basically. I mean, we have a transfer budget of £500. That's not a lot of money. And I tried signing one player from another club. They basically went £30,000. I mean, this is a club in the National North who gave me such a ridiculous figure. So you're not going to be able to sign players on transfer. So the only thing you can do is plan A. Okay, go to your board and get them to sign up with an affiliate club, a parent club basically. So you get an affiliate parent club whom you can approach for loans. So that's one strategy. The second thing that you can do is you scout, and you scout big time. So I've done this. I've got my scouting all the talents that I can find. And how do you look at your players? I will analyze my players based on two elements. One, I will definitely look at natural fitness. Now, natural fitness for me is really key here in lower leagues because you don't want your players to get injured. So if I don't pick a player with high natural fitness, what will happen is they don't last the whole season. They get a knock here and a knock there. In our particular case, we actually were able to stay with the same team until the last 2 months, where I lost Matthew Berkeley for 2 months, and then after that Bradley Isaac started to drop, and so did one or two other players. But by then I had already sewn up the league title. I was already 17 points clear, romping home, and I could afford all these injuries. So yes, the key here in LLM is to have a deep squad. You can do that. Trial as many players as you can. Bring them into your club, and I have already talked about trialing in the first episode of these LLM diaries. So if you want to find out about the trialing strategy, then you have to go to LLM11 and watch the show because it does it in detail. So here at the end of season 1, what I end up doing is I end up scouting players based on two categories. So I will go down to the scouts here, and I will look at, I'll tell my scouts, okay, fine. First, contract status is either expiring 3 months, or better still expiring 1 month, or I will just go unattached. Now these are all the unattached players. So I will look at two categories. I will first go to the expiry with 1 month left, and I will scout all of them. So here I'm looking for a defender, so I assign my scout from the scouting pool, and I want them to do this until full knowledge. We can forget match highlights, okay, and off they go. They will start scouting them. The second thing you can do is you can go to unattached players. These players have no clubs, so sometimes you may find talents that are pretty, they're pretty good. So here you'd also know because they're unattached, you can ignore average rating. But if you are looking at players who have an expiring 3-month contract, then yes, then what you do is you look at average rating. So I have them here set up. Average rating, I have quite high average rating, so I pick the ones with the high average ratings, and then I mouse over all of this entire group. The ones in red, I'm already scouting them. So here you go. Then you can, I've already got some that have already been scouted, so I know what I want. Let's just go to another group here, and I'll just drag over them, and then I'll tell my scout, you go out there, you scout this group until full knowledge, and there are 15 more players, and they're off. They'll scout them too. So when I get these players back, I can't really, so here I'm going by average ratings because they're playing for a club. And then when I get the group in, then I'll look at them, and then I'll filter them some more. I'll drop every player that's got like 9 and 8 for natural fitness. I only want players who are 10 and above for natural fitness. So this group is already being scouted. Once that group is already being scouted, you will get a report like this from your chief scout. Your chief scout will hand you a report saying, okay, fine, I've got these boys in, I've got their reports in, what do you think, boss? So I have this youngster, 16 years old. His name is Paul McLaren. Now at the age of 16, he has these attributes. I didn't hesitate. I immediately want him for my club. I know that I need players who are going to be homegrown ultimately. As I go up the leagues, I need a few players that I can develop. Who knows, this guy could become a championship level player in a couple of seasons. I have no clue. So I'll have to keep 1 or 2 of these players around, because ultimately when you get up to the higher tiers and you want to go for these rapid promotions, the moment you enter the Premiership, you're going to have one problem, and it's going to be that first season push. I tend to have a first season push. I plan for a first season push the moment I enter the Premiership. So if I get promoted from the Championship into the Premiership, I will need a couple of homegrown players, because the next season, if I finish in the top 7, which I usually do, if I finish in the top 7, then I'm going to be playing in Europe, and if I don't have any homegrown players, I get penalized. So you have to start planning long term. Here I'm only in the conference, so I don't know if this guy is going to make it big or not. But I have a best case scenario. Best case scenario is I get promoted every season. Worst case scenario is then I don't care. Seriously, if I'm going to languish in the Championship for a few seasons, then I really won't care about all this. But here, this kid, 16 years old, with these kind of attributes, I don't hesitate. These are great attributes for a 16-year-old boy. So I'm going to say, come and join us at Gloucester City. Now, what about the rest? So these have already been scouted. The question I get asked by a lot of people is, I know, attributes are all like shite. So what do I do? What do I choose? Now, this is true. I will put my hands out and say I face the same dilemma. It's not uncommon. So here I'm looking at James Anderson going, all right, I need a defender. He's 16 years old. Does he have the potential, you think, that he's going to become as good as one of my central defenders right now? So definitely not. But I've already picked one for the long term. So Paul McLaren is my target. Okay, so he's my target. All right, and he's got better ratings than the other dude. So I've signed Paul McLaren. That's my first choice. But he's only 16. He's not going to see the main team action. He might, but I don't expect him to play straight away. But at the age of 16, he can be in my first team, because his attributes are actually better than some of my other players. So Paul McLaren is a major target for me right now. So I've already offered him a contract. I can even change the contract offer, because I have I have received he's receiving contract offers from other players. So I'm going to immediately, at the age of 16, he becomes the most expensive 16-year-old player in my team. He gets a contract to 2019. I will not give him an appearance fee bonus because right now, he's going to be a hot prospect. Because he's a hot prospect, he gets an appearance fee bonus. Yes. Now, he will get a clean sheet bonus, an unused substitute fee, and an appearance fee bonus. I have no choice because he is a hot prospect. So we'll give him a low salary of 55 per week, plus an appearance fee of 140. This means that he's in line to be one of the higher paid players in my team anyway. So my target for most of my players is about 200 pounds per week. This will give him that 200 pounds a week. I have a transfer budget of 600 pounds. So for him, because I can't even do this, so I can give him a signing on fee, a miserable signing on fee of 100 pounds. All right, we'll give him 100 pounds. He's only 16 years old, so come on, game, show me the love. So my previous offer was this: £0 per week, appearance fee of 35, clean sheet of 5, and unused substitute fee. So now my current offer, I've seen that appearance fee is a bit high, so we'll give him 75 pounds now. So he gets 75 pounds, he gets a wage of 55 pounds per week. This is a very attractive offer. Does he take it? Does Paul McLaren say yes? Paul McLaren has signed up with us at Gloucester City. It's not the 200 pound per week clause I give to other players, but he gets 55 pounds a week and an appearance fee of for every match that he plays. So it's kind of a best of both worlds, but I still save some money and I get this player that I really want. So Paul McLaren, who at the moment is just as good as Jack Damon, is now a member of my club. So these are the strategies that you need to implement in your head when you go through this kind of players. Now let's look for another player. So I need to have at least maybe another DM or another fullback, or basically another fullback, because I don't have fullbacks. So here we go, and I see a fullback. Let's filter this, and we'll see fullbacks now coming up, and we have a few. Okay, I do look at potential ability and ability, but I will look at in terms of whether they've played for any clubs or not. So in this case, his average rating is pretty high, 7.72. I will be keeping an eye out on Pat O'Connor. His ratings, actually, I like his attributes, but at the age of 26, his chances are he's not going to improve. And he's already signed a new contract, if you can see at the bottom there. So he's probably not going to come to us. Tom Rigby, now this boy is not going to be, even though it shows that he has some decent attributes, but he's off. I need him to have minimum of 10 for acceleration. Now, this is my key here. If I want to play a player as a fullback, then he has to have acceleration and teamwork. So in this case, I'm looking at players only, they have to have a minimum of 9 to 10 for the next level. So here we have another player called Sonny Miles, but he's already playing for Tonbridge. So we already got Paul McLaren in. So that's it, only got Tom Rigby. There's no one else who can play in that position. So we have to say, thank you, c'est la vie, I can't get these players in. Now what about the DMs? We need another DM in my club. So I'm going through my DMs here, and I find this guy called Sam Williams. First, I go for potential and ability, current ability, and I look at him and I go, not good enough. So I'm looking for teamwork and for work rate right now. And then after that, I'm looking at passing, 6 for passing. Teamwork is 10, work rate is 7. He's not going to be in my team. Sam Handy, again, doesn't feel the qualities. So now I know this group of players. That's it. I found my defender. Okay, now I'm on the hunt for a midfielder. So we go back to the scouting sheet again. Once again, I will do the same thing, but now it's a natural at the midfielder center position. All right, so we got all these jokers here, and now the next step is how many players do we have? Holy guacamole! That's a lot of players, man. So we gotta do it the old school way again. So here we go. Boom. Bring this whole group up. I know that natural fitness is affected here. There's going to be some who have natural fitness high, but we're gonna just do until full knowledge. Okay, There we go. Then the other group, then these are all expiring. All right, expiring contracts. So I only picked the ones with the high ratings. Now I want to look at unattached players. So these are all the unattached. Now all the unattached players, let's look at recommendations first. You can see that I have a few that have already been recommended, like Perry Ryan. This probably has been scouted. So I know that in my database, I have this guy who is not bad. He's Perry Ryan. He has actually got pretty good ratings. Teamwork of 11, work rate of 15, tackling of 11, passing of 10, decisions of 9. Perry Ryan, how would you like to play for us? Ta-da, ta-da! Puppy power, come and join us. You want to be a backup? Not bad. Okay, I will take you on a backup. Alright, he comes in as a backup. And now we have Mr. Jonathan Golding, defensive midfielder Vicente. Can he play? No, he can't. Charlie Turnbull. Right, can he play? No, he can't. Okay, alright, going very quickly, right? Sorry guys, I'll tell you why. Simple. I look at teamwork, I look at work rate. 9 and 11, you don't pass the test. You 8 and 15, you don't pass the test. You 13 and 11, he might pass the test. No, Andreas Bianca. He actually is not a bad player. Acceleration 6. This is where I look at all the other attributes. Has potential. The only thing that's holding him back is his acceleration. He's really slow off the mark, and I cannot afford slow off the mark players. So that's why I didn't go for Andreas Bianca. So you basically, you got to look at players and come up with a story to tell about them. So we've got a story to tell for these 4. So now what we do is we tell our boys, we tell our scouts, hey man, okay, option A, all of you come for trial. Saves you a lot of things, right? So we come to them, and then let's say transfer. Hey, come on boys, come to the great Gloucester City Club for a trial. Okay, now let's do the same thing with the rest of the players. The thing is, when you get into the next tier, you got to start thinking, my players may not be good enough. I need to build another 22 again. So this is what we're doing. We're building another 22. And now I have to look at options, because I may want to play 4-1-4-1, 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2. Yeah, basically I want to try different systems out. So this is the entire group of strikers that are unattached, and you offer them a trial. You're suddenly going to be flooded with all these strikers are showing up. So we got all the strikers, they're all coming for trial. Now, what about the contracts are expiring in 3 months? These are all the players whose contracts will expire in 3 months. So in this case, I can't really, it's going to be really hard to find players. Here we have, then I'm looking at goals that they have scored and their rating. So he's played 43 appearances, has 15 goals. His name is Charlie Stroughton. Now, will he come? Now you can try this out. His contract is on loan from Maidenhead, and his contract will expire on the 31st of May 2017, which is in a couple of weeks time. So what I do with these kind of guys, I do this. I declare interest in them. So you immediately find players who may have like have scored a lot of goals, and I declare interest. I don't even know what his ratings are. So for these players, their contracts are all expiring within 3 months. All right, so I will stir the hornet's nest. One strategy I use with players who are already contracted to other clubs, and if I can't afford a transfer fee, what I do is I do this. I offer them a percentage of the next sale, and chances are they will say yes, why not? One of the biggest challenges I have ever faced is, okay, what do I do the moment I get promoted? Because the moment you get promoted, you got choice A, be a side that fights against relegation. Choice B, be a hero side and try and get yourself promoted. I like the hero side a lot, but to do that effectively well, you need to do a lot of research in pre-season. You need to time your purchases well, and you've got to think about possible scenarios for your tactic. Like, you might need to play a 4-2-3-1. You might need to play a 4-1-2-2-1. You may need to play a 4-1-4-1. So you got to be quick, because I'm not the kind of person that sometimes wants to play one tactic the whole season. I know it's very possible, because a lot of people, I've said this many times before, you can play one tactic for the whole season, but you can also play a different style of football, which is I adapt to every single system that's been thrown at me. So if the AI is going to play a 4-2-3-1, then maybe I'll play a 4-1-4-1. The AI is playing a 3-5-2, I'll play a 4-3-1-2, because every system has a natural nemesis. Okay, and it's all about space control. So I wanna have more fun. So with this Gloucester City save, that's probably what I'm gonna try and do next season. I wanna have more fun. And I'd like to thank all my patrons for igniting my interest in another LLM safe. Had it not been for you guys, I'd still be with Torino, probably with a club in Shenzhen, China. Yeah, that's another one. Or a club from Goa. I actually identified a club in India, the Goa club. Yeah. So yeah, I might want to do those saves too. And I still want to do other stories as well. So can you imagine my life right now? It's all FM. So thank you very much, all my patrons. Yes, if you want to get a free copy of my book, Bust the Net, Football Manager's Diary, please visit www.patron.com/bustthenet. If you have any questions for me, you can always find me on Twitter at BustTheNet, or you can find out more information at my website, addictedtofm.com. For now, I am going back into my LLM safe to concentrate on it, so I'll catch you guys again soon. You take care. Bye-bye.